Poltergeist has been hailed as the most cursed production in movie history. We are here to examine the evidence. Poltergeist, a horror classic from 1982, was directed by Tobe Hooper, written by Stephen Speilberg, Michael Grais and Mark Victor. It follows the story of the Freeling family experiencing paranormal activity in their home, initially to their amusement. But things take a darker turn when the uninvited devilish spirits attach to the youngest daughter, Carol Ann. She gets pulled into the world of white noise and vanishes, where the only communication is via the TV set. What happened on set? Well, it seems this movie was blighted from the outset, and something that lasted through the trilogy of the original movies to the remake in 2015. Here we explore these events as they unfolded. Poltergeist 1. You may remember a scene where Diane Freeling, portrayed by Jo Beth Williams, was dragged into a pool of skeletons. But did you know that these skeletons were real? They were not plastic. It was cheaper to use real skeletons rather than the plastic ones. But did this cheap choice and disrespect of the dead curse this movie? Actress Dominique Dunn was strangled by her ex-boyfriend, John Thomas Sweeney, during an argument. She fell into a coma and died 5 days later on November the 4th, 1982. Remember that creepy clown in Robbie's room? This clown malfunctioned and began choking child actor Oliver Robbins. Believing he was improvising initially, Spielberg realized how dangerous this situation was when Robbins' face changed color and he prized off the mechanical doll, saving his life. Poltergeist 2. Actor Will Sampson was asked to perform an on-set cleansing ritual before the production commenced. He died a year later of complications with a heart and lung transplant. Actor Julian Beck's gaunt appearance is the result of the stomach cancer that would later claim his life. Poltergeist 3. There were reports of earthquakes during the filming of the third movie. A car that was shown exploding in the film was seen burning an entire building, and the fire endangered the life of one of the crew members. Sadly, while the film was in post-production, Heather O'Rourke passed away of congenital stenosis of the intestine, complicated by septic shock. Actress Zelda Rubinstein received a call that her mother had died suddenly. Poltergeist 2015. Reddit's Ask Me Anything section. The director Gil Keenan of the remake in 2015 had this to say when asked if the curse had continued to his film. "This is a two-part answer," Keenan replied. "The first part is that the location for the house during shooting I chose because it had a strange and unnecessary field that the houses of this particular community were built around. And we found throughout production that we had persistent and repeatable equipment failure only on that strange plot of land. For instance, lights that could turn on anywhere else in the neighborhood would blow out the second you tried to light them on this plot. The second part of that answer is that the house that I rented during filming was straight up legit haunted by a female spirit dressed in black, and I became aware of her within the first few days of staying in the house. And only after I left did I receive a call from the previous owner, who had moved back in, who was terrified by the goings-on in the house and wanted to see if I had experienced any of it. So it was an incredible real-life inspiration for filming that followed me home." Well, I mean, she was definitely there. It didn't follow me back to Los Angeles, but it followed me from set back to where I was sleeping during filming. The moral of the story there is never to remake a horror classic. What do you think? Is Poltergeist cursed?